asked me, do you think Witkoff and Kushner were bribed by the Qataris? It's interesting, the American system has a checks and balances, that anyone who works in the government usually has to go through confirmation through the Senate. If you have a senior position in government, you go through Senate confirmation. Why? So they look into you and to see if you have any conflict of interest, etc. The problem is, in this case, Witkoff and Kushner never went through that process because they're not officially a part of the cabinet. And nevertheless, they go and do these things. That's very disturbing. Especially due to the fact that they have gotten serious financial gain from the Qataris, from the Saudis, etc. And it doesn't have to be overt. Yes, we're going to sell Israel down the river because of the money we get from Qatar. I don't think it's like that. But what I do think is that, like the Talmud tells us with regards to bribery, Talmud says that the Rabbi Shmuel had a field, and he had a sharecropper. In other words, someone who would work the field and give Rabbi Shmuel a certain percentage of the field because it would belong to Rabbi Shmuel. And every Friday he'd bring him, in season, he'd bring him from the fruits of the field. And one day he comes on Thursday. So Rabbi Shmuel says, why are you here? He says, because I came in day early, I have a court case that I want you to adjudicate. So I brought you the fruits a day early. Rabbi Shmuel says, I am not kosher to be your judge, because the fact that you brought it even one day early is a bribery. And then he was sitting in the courtroom watching the court case, and he saw that his mind was tilting always to his guy. Oh, he should have argued like this. He shouldn't argue like that. That's a good argument. He was tilting towards it. He says here he didn't even take anything extra, and something just came a day earlier, and look how it tilted his mind in that direction. That's how bribery works. Bribery doesn't have to be overt. Okay, I'm going to give you money, and because of that, you're going to do this. It's just the very fact that there's so much financial gain for them, even if they don't have it in the foreground of their mind. The very fact that it's there can cause them to skew in the wrong direction, which I believe is what took place now. It is unfortunate that the adults in the room, so to speak, the Rubios and the Hexeths and the Ratcliffes, are not the ones making these kind of deals. And it's these people who were not vetted by Congress and the Senate who are. And we see what the Talmud teaches us about bribery playing out